Hello everyone and welcome back to some more AEW on TEW2020. We are on the first show following a very big full gear. In fact, almost a little bit too big. Burned out the crowd a little bit too much, so got a fairly poor rating. But, hey, that's in the past. Can't do anything to fix that. But we are making our way towards the 14 weeks till Revolution. And we start off dark with Joey Janela defeating Warhorse. Colt Cabana defeats Matt Cardona. Chris Bay defeats Austin Gunn. Killer Kelly defeats Diamante. Nathaniel Murphy defeats Flamita. Big Swole defeats Emi Sakura. Luchasaurus defeats Kip Sabian. Jordan Grace defeats Elena Black. The Hybrid 2 defeat Alex Reynolds and John Silver of the Dark Order. Deonna Purrazzo defeats Leva Bates. And Ricky Starks defeats Ortiz. Our show starts off with the Motor City Machine Guns defeating the Butcher and the Blade after Pac gets involved in the match. Afterwards, Pac, he keeps beating down the Butcher and the Blade, and he kind of stops to give attention to Eddie Kingston once Kingston slides into the ring. However, from behind Kingston, Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, the current PWG Tag Champs, they come in, they attack Eddie Kingston, they lay him out, and, Pac is just smiling. He's, Kingston's fallen right into his plan. And he orders Xavier and Wentz to hold Kingston up. So, Kingston, he's, his arms are held out, chest is exposed, just looking up. And Pac, he delivers a bunch of kicks. They look real stiff. And he's shouting at him, things like, you stole my brothers, you've stolen everything, or something like that, I don't know. And eventually, Pac tells Xavier and Wentz to just drop Kingston, and they do. Pac then gets Eddie Kingston into a brutalizer, and Kingston, he starts tapping out pretty quick, but Pac just ignores it, really, as expected. And Wentz and Xavier, they're kind of just looking on there, smiling, they're nodding, hey, Pac's doing pretty good out here. And then eventually members of staff come out, Tony Khan's even there, and once Pac sees Tony Khan, he's like, alright, fine, I'll let go. And he does. And then he kind of just, orders Dez and Wentz to come with him. So Pac, after losing the Lucha Bros at Full Gear, has now decided to team up with Desmond Xavier, Zach Wentz. Well, rather, Des Xavier, Zach Wentz have teamed up with Pac, if we're being fair. I've named them the Hit Squad. I just don't like generic names, so I had to think of something heelish, but whatever. After this, Kota Ibushi gets his debut match, defeating Brian Pillman Jr. with a Phoenix Plex, a 56 rated match. Adam Page comes to the ring. After the match, he congratulates Kota on his win. Pillman Jr. rolls out. He's still very visibly frustrated. I probably should have advanced that other storyline with it, but whatever. And Page says, Kota, I know why you're here. You've seen what Kenny's been doing the past few weeks. Now he's betrayed everyone he cares for to try to better himself. Glad you answered my calls for you to come. While it's a shame that you didn't win the Battle Royale, it means that you can help bring Kenny back, and Kota, Page, he's looking to speak more. He's probably, has this whole promo, and Kota just lifts up a hand, shakes his head, and walks away. So Kota, it seems pretty obvious that Page was trying to get Kota to side with him and Bandito, trying to getting back together to bring Kenny back to the good side, I suppose you could say, but Kota, he's not interested in joining forces with anyone. He definitely has the most personal history with Kenny, because, the whole Golden Lovers thing. After this, MJF is seen backstage. He has the rest of the VIPs club, and he's just kind of twirling a mic in his hand, and he says, "Winner of the Casino Battle Royale." It's an enticing title, isn't it? Well, it would be dumb of me not to mention a little something I noticed looking at the history books. No one who won one of these Casino Battle Royales has gone on to win the title. But of course, there's a first for everything, isn't there? Well, leave it to Maxwell Jacob Friedman to change the history books forever. First winner of the Casino Battle Royale to win the title in their challenge, first person to pin Jon Moxley, first person to append a year-long reign of the tyrannical god of AEW. Mox, don't think I've forgotten our encounter at All Out. You never pinned me. You pinned Pac, who's gallivanting with some indie boys to fight your good friend, your kindred soul, Eddie Kingston. See, everybody already knows a few things about me. One, I'm already the most important person in this damn company. You may have the world title, and you're certainly drawing in the fans watching each and every week. But why do they stay? They stay to watch me. They don't give a shit about the TNT title, so Brody can mess around with his cult stuff. What matters is that belt that you have on your shoulders, Jonathan. So I, just doing my right duty as the most important person in this entire company, by claiming that title that is rightfully mine at Revolution. I'm already assuming you have some other title matches planned between now and then, so go ahead. But you better not lose. I am the only one who's going to ruin your winning streak. No Kennys, no Kodas, no Chris's, no one. Just MJF. You better start preparing already, John, because I'm leading the revolution against this despotic god that you have propped yourself up as. I always like writing MJF promos. They're fun. Of course, MJF won the Casino Battle Royale. Very star-studded Casino Battle Royale. Kota, Kenny, and Adam Page, the last members of the Final Four. But MJF was the one to come out on top. The Young Bucks then defeat the Dark Order's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. And afterwards, the Private Party show up. And they mock SCU's entrance. And the Godfather has a mic in hand. And he says, Now, I know you brothers said that you're going to be the first contenders because you beat the Vision. But I think we gotta look at something. So the records say that since August, we've had the best record in all of AEW for tag teams. So I think we deserve that right. But I can't just go right up and say no to some of the administration of our fine company. So how's about we make this a fair fight? Next week, we'll open up the show. Young Bucks versus Private Party. How's that sound? Y'all two got some clout with Tony, so go ahead and book it. And so yeah, Private Party, I believe they only have one loss on record, which compared to their wins is indeed the best. I think there's another tag team or two that have only one loss, but they don't have as many wins. So yeah. So Private Party, they're going up against the Young Bucks. Kairi Hojo defeats Killer Kelly. And afterwards, Hikaru Shida, Shida was on commentary for this, so that could be why the rating was a little bit lower. And she comes to the ring, she has a mic, and before she can say anything, Mayu Iwatani comes up. Then Maki Ito's music plays, she comes in, Abaddon, she's following behind, she still looks real messed up right now, still very much out of it. And Mayu, she takes the mic from Shida. And she says, we won the tag tournament, Hikaru Shida. And probably, props up her medals. Honestly, she probably has both medals. Abaddon's too busy trying to... one's probably, chewed on a bunch. Because Abaddon and Maki's just I'll take those because we don't want to have... don't want to ruin my reputation by having you trying to eat the medal all the time. And, anyways... I think we are both due title opportunities before Kairi and Mayu. we won't just let you escape from this. So you're fighting Abby next week. If you manage to stay up for the next week after, then you face me. One of us will beat you, and we'll be the cutest champions that have ever been seen. Hikaru, she's just kind of, she definitely is taking these two for, you know, a bunch of idiots. And she's like, alright, sure, whatever, I'll fight Abaddon and Maki Ito. Abaddon, she did have a match in real life against Abaddon, and Shida was very much frazzled by her. And, so there is a little bit of history there, but Shida, she's definitely a lot more confident now, because she has been the champ for so long. So, hopefully able to get past Abaddon. And, yes. Shotzi then defeats Serena Deeb. Why did I do this match? Why did I have this match? Whatever. That's why, I just forgot to delete it. Okay. That Serena Deeb match was not supposed to happen. Because I was originally going to do an angle with Nyla Rose attacking Shotzi afterwards. But I was like, nah, I've done too many angle attacks after this to start storylines and keep storylines going. So then I made this match and then just forgot to delete the Serena Deeb versus Shotzi. So that's my bad. After this, I can already tell this is going to be a pretty bad show. FTR, they're seen at a bar, and Charles bets he's not there, but because Stinger, that he suffered at the match versus Brody Lee. But they talk to the camera, and they say, it's unfortunate that Charles couldn't win at Full Gear. Under Kurt Angle's guidance, he's really taken everything to heart, is working up towards training for a championship match again. Whether it's for the TNT title or the world title. Either way, he's working his ass off towards getting that winning streak he deserves. We need a proper challenge in the meantime. So, starting next week, we'll be hosting an open challenge for the titles, while the Private Party and the Young Bucks sort their things out. I'm sure there's a lot of teams that want to come at us, so we're ready to prove that, despite what the Bucks say. We're the best team in all of AEW. So, right now, it's definitely the two top contenders are the Young Bucks and Private Party. I imagine in the power rankings, Young Bucks are number 1, Private Party number 2, but Private Party's like, hey, we have the better record. So that's why they're kind of challenging that. And, yeah. Kana defeats Riho in less than a minute. And she just grabs the mic. She just shouts, train up as much as you can, Hikaru. Revolution. The Empress shall take the crown of this women's division. So, Kana, she just needed to have her debut match. Defeating a former champion in less than 45 seconds. Pretty good. Then we get our main event. That sucks. This is a bad show. Jungle Boy defeats Chris Jericho with a roll-up. That sucks. Afterwards, Jericho, he believes that Jungle Boy cheated, that Jungle Boy's gone. Chris Jericho just says, Jungle Boy, you think you can escape with being some Weasley little monkey rolling up La Champion into a pin? Disgusting. Not many people have pinned me, and I don't forget lightly, Jungle Boy. I'm going to whoop your ass so hard, you revert back to Jack Perry. Really sucks that they don't have good chemistry, because I was going to have a whole program behind this, but oh well. And afterwards, there's Jericho. He's probably speaking a little bit more. Gets cut off. Members of the Dark Order are laid out. Canner keeps panning. And eventually, we see Cody. He's holding up the TNT title. He just says, I'm back. We didn't lose Pop. That's about all I can say. I've definitely been a little bit on the weak side for booking shows recently, so I just gotta work on getting that better. I'm trying to, I think it's like 20 storylines that I have written out, so I want to try to advance like at least 8 of them per week, so that could lead to some lower ratings potentially, but oh well. But this is the first of 14 weeks until Revolution. So, we'll see you in the next week.